we're looking at right now, folks, is not a place up in Maine or Canada or something like that. This is actually in Gloucester, Massachusetts. It's one of our really good reservoirs, and this is one of the gems. It's called Dykes Meadow. It's pristine, clean water, and lots of it, surrounded by a really nice watershed. This is what we're trying to protect.
Who are we? Who Decides is just a group of people, people that you know. Each and every one of us are local people in the community who are working really hard. We urge you to join us in this effort. It's going to take all of us to band together. Even if you live in Rockport, Manchester, or Essex, this means that it will affect you. If a company comes in and purchases Gloucester's water supply and extracts our water and takes it somewhere else, that's going to affect the water that comes out of your lines and into your homes. So this is not personal to Gloucester. We urge all the citizens of Cape Ann to join us, to exercise your voice as a shareholder in the water fight.
According to the City Code of Ordinances, the mayor and the city council have the right to dispose of our property. And when we found out that the multinational corporations wanted to buy our water, particularly it was United Water, who is connected to Suez. And Suez is the multinational corporation that's just off our coast here with a natural gas terminal. We found out that they wanted to purchase our water. The citizens got together and formed a group called Who Decides. And Who Decides dug deeply into the information about water companies and what was going on and looked into the City Code of Ordinances. And we found out that we weren't protected, that we, the citizens, did not have any protection against our city officials from selling off our water supply. That was incredible to me to learn that. So the group organized and drafted an ordinance. And when the full city council got it, we had the auditorium filled with people.
Welcome everyone to the October 26th City Council meeting. Please join us in a flag salute and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. I'll open the public hearing and ask if there's anyone who would like to speak in favor of the ordinance that's presently before us. In favor. Thank you, Councilor Hardy. Madam President, City Council, any other distinguished public officials, we appreciate you being here tonight in support and our friends, neighbors. On October 26, 2010, I hereby declare a partnership between the members of Who Decides, the City of Gloucester, and our interested friends and neighbors on Cape Ann. We are duty-bound not only to protect our rights, but to exercise our responsibilities. We are extremely mindful of the luxury of our civil process. Half the battle in most communities is getting to be heard by an O&A subcommittee, getting to be heard by the City Council, or heard by the mayor. That's not happening in our community. We have city employees and public officials that are very receptive to us as citizens. And this is our approach simply because we have had no need to take any other. We also are grateful to the mayor for her transparency. Members of Who Decides are a cross-section of our local community. We are diverse and varied in our experiences, abilities, socioeconomic statuses, and education levels. Our differences is our greatest strength. We are your friends, your associates, and neighbors. We care, and we care to make a difference for our beloved Gloucester. We have a ground rule at our weekly table. Sitting around complaining and blaming is not an option. To have a choice is as precious as water itself, especially when communities and countries are sharing bloodshed with these private organizations over their right to have clean drinking water. We got to see what the outcome of 15 years of neglect is, and that took place because we allowed a multinational corporation, a subsidiary of Suez, United Water, to neglect and run down our system. That's part of the plan, that's part of the template, and we're on to that. We believe that it's a bunch of nonsense to privatize our water supply simply because we have bad pipes or groundwater. Our water is good at the source, it's pristine, that is the reason for consideration to want to purchase it, and we applaud our native son, DPW Director Mike Hale. He's a qualified professional and has completed 2 years of work within the last 6 months, and we've consulted with the top experts in the country and around the world. There is no company that is going to do a better job than us. We just need to take responsibility and ensure that it gets taken care of. To those who would say we should regionalize, please understand that we're the luckiest community to have the wisdom of someone who has seen the operations of the multinationals from the inside. Councillor Toby has had years of experience. We appreciate your support and wisdom and guidance to protect our community, to keep water in local control. We invite everyone into the conversation. We need to take hold of this and never let go, because they will keep coming back and pounding us just like they did the fisheries. I'm from a long line of fisher families, and I gotta tell you, they've been relentless, and they will be far more relentless with this. Thank you. Thank you, Ross.
Don't forget, with the reservoir goes 25% of our land. That's also part of the package. So I would suggest we do this immediately, think of the future, and secure our rights. For private, our own water supply, and do anything else we can share that. Thank you.
$463 billion is a big industry. People are salivating over the water resources of the world and trying to own them. And they're not trying to own them so that they can fix our water system for us and then maintain it for a lower price. So if the water is sold to a corporation, not only will they be sure and benefit from it because they have to satisfy their investors in their corporations, but also they can turn around and sell that water so that when we have a water ban, they can continue to sell the water. And that was in the film Tapped. We will not benefit from that. I am completely in favor of this ordinance and anything else, as Maria said, that would strengthen this so that it could not be overturned, because they will try.
During my research, I found numerous documents written against the privatization of water resources. The only place I found literature supporting privatization was on the websites of the corporations or the websites of the councils formed by those same corporations. That water rates increased and water quality decreased after the private corporation took over control of the treatment facilities. In many instances, the push to sell to a private firm or enter into a public-private partnership was championed by a local politician who, after signing a contract, left office and became an employee of the private company. Before I close, I would like to also clear up another myth. Gloucester does not have the highest water rates and sewer rates in the nation, or Massachusetts for that matter. According to a 2009 survey conducted by Tig & Bond, Gloucester ranked 7th in sewer costs, 19th in water costs, and 10th when the water and sewer costs were combined. Please vote to accept Gloucester Public Water Systems Ordinance as a first step to ensure that future mayors, city councilors, or any individuals will be prohibited from selling our water system without the vote of the citizens of Gloucester. If you want to know more facts, I've got the surveys here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Say to this wonderful group of men and women here tonight, I've had the pleasure of working very closely with Who Decides as an organization, and I applaud their efforts to protect the water for the entire community, the amount of research that they've done, and their ability to bring together everyone on the one subject of water and have a very collated and very united effort here to protect Gloucester's water. Thank you so much for all of your attention and for your efforts here as we move forward to make a statement that the water in Gloucester shall be forever from here forward, protected as a public system for the rights of all those who live here. Thank you very much, Councilor.
Clearly, as a result of one of the things that from last year's Boil the Water Report, I think it made a lot of us stand up and realize how precious it actually is. And with that said, I'd like to be able to express the administration's support for this ordinance and moving forward. Thank you very much.